All right, we are clearly from that video on the precipice of something very, very special today. My name is Nathan Zagur, and on behalf of the Haslam Sports Group, it is my distinct honor to welcome you here today to the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus expansion groundbreaking right here in Berea. We are so excited for the future of this city and the home base of your Cleveland Browns. Now, this is a project that has been a long time in the making, and we can't thank enough all of our wonderful partners who came together to make this all possible, many of whom are joining us here today. In a few moments, we are going to hear from a very impressive group of people who has helped this project come to life, including the managing partner of the Cleveland Browns, Whitney Haslam Johnson. CrossCountry Mortgage Chief Brand Officer, Laura Suave. Principal of the DiGeronimo Companies, Kevin DiGeronimo. The head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. The Haslam Sports Group Chief Operating Officer, David Jenkins. Cuyahoga County Council Member, Mike Gallagher. And the Mayor of the City of Berea, Cyril Kleem. Additionally, we have colleagues from Haslam Sports Group, members from Berea City Schools, CrossCountry Mortgage, University Hospitals, and the DiGeronimo construction team, as well as players from your Cleveland Browns to help us celebrate this milestone and vision for this new development in our Berea community. And now, to kick off this groundbreaking ceremony, let's welcome Mayor Kleem.
It's an exciting day, isn't it? Yes. Let me get my glass. The older I get, the smaller the print gets, so I need glasses now to read this. So welcome all of you to the groundbreaking for the expansion of the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus. I want to begin today by thanking the City Council that I've worked with over the last few years to make this project a reality. President Jim Maxwell, Gene Zacharias, Chris McManus, Leon Dozier, Mary Brown, Lisa Weaver, Erica Coble, and Rick Skozin. We appreciate you guys. I also want to thank my staff who worked on this project for many years, namely Matt Madzi and Barb Jones and Tony Armagno, Guy Turner. Some of them are here today, so I want to make sure they're recognized, as well as our City Planning Commission and the officials from the Berea City Schools. People often ask me, what will be the impact of this project on the city of Berea? And the obvious answer is that it expands our tax base and increases our revenue, but there's another answer too, which is this project will be transformative to our community, particularly this north side of Berea. I want to take you back in time a little bit to tell you how transformative this will be. I grew up right here on Front Street, just a block or so from here, and back in the day, there was dozens of businesses on Front Street, including the Berea Auto Mile, where we had several car dealerships. There was restaurants. There was a Dairy Queen and a putt-putt course and office buildings. None of those businesses are here today. So what happened? Well, back in the late 90s, just at the time when the Browns left this facility, the federal government approved a merger of all the major railroads. And to divert railroad traffic in the West Shore communities, they brought more to Berea. So we went up to about 150 trains a day on average, and sometimes they would stop on the tracks, and you couldn't get through. People avoided the area, and the businesses left. By the time I took office about 10 years later, the area was pretty much a ghost town. So we built that bridge, and we started to acquire property for future development. Now with the expansion of the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus, this transformation is upon us. This is going to be the catalyst for the entire transformation of the north end of Berea. The Browns have been part of Berea for nearly 60 years. They used to practice over at Baldwin Wallace. I used to watch them from my backyard. They moved to this facility in 1991. They're part of the fabric of our community, and with this project, they will be a part of the fabric for many, many years to come. Also part of our fabric is the diversity of people that we have in this community. We had a great diversity in this neighborhood. I want to recognize some of those people. Leon Dozier, who's on council, grew up here. The Dozier family moved to this neighborhood more than 100 years ago. The Harrises, the Scotts, many of us know Martha Naylor, the Dotsons, the Paynes, the Spriggs. Really, really great family, community people. And in the next few months, we're going to work on a project that's going to give a special recognition to this neighborhood's history. In my 17 years as mayor and serving on the county planning commission and the county land bank, I've worked with a lot of development companies. And I have to say that the DiGeronimo companies have been a pleasure to work with. We worked with them a few years ago on a project with Baldwin Wallace University called the University Market, and it's been a very, very successful project. I've worked closely with the Haslam family and the leadership of the Cleveland Browns, perhaps more closely than any elected official in the state of Ohio. And I could say without a doubt that they are the best example of a corporate partner you could ask for. From their investments in fighting chronic student absenteeism through the Stay in the Game network to paying for local playgrounds and football fields, the Haslam family has always done what's best for our community. The project we celebrate today was complicated. It was about 40 or 50 different parcels of land owned by different people. The city of Berea owned 5 acres. The other 11 acres were owned by different individuals. Sometimes multiple people owned one property. Mount Zion Baptist Church, which was right in this vicinity for many, many years, there was about 70 people that had to decide to sell their property to the Browns. So in all, there was over 100 individuals that the Haslam team had to work with to make this a reality. And the reason it was successful is because they took the time to care for and understand each person as an individual. There were people who lived here their properties were bought, they might have been a tenant, it was an apartment, they were given 6 months of free rent before they had to move. The church, Mount Zion Church, the Haslam family built them a brand new church on city property not too far from here, and there was no mortgage on it, paid for that church more than $1 million. The expansion of CrossCountry Mortgage Campus is a testimony to the Cleveland Browns, the Haslam family, and their partners in finding agreements that are mutually acceptable, mutually beneficial to all the parties involved. And for their continued cooperation, I thank them and I thank their team, especially Dave Jenkins and Mike Nicholas and Monica Lintz, Ted Taiwang, and so many others that we've worked with over the years. Berea, our time is now. The transformation that we've been working for, that we've been hoping for, is upon us. All our hard work has finally paid off. And I want to thank the Cleveland Browns, the Haslam family, the Berea City Schools, and the DiGeronimo companies for your efforts. We appreciate your investment here. We appreciate your cooperation. And most of all, we appreciate your friendship. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for those inspirational and very powerful words. Now we welcome to the stage Cuyahoga Council member Mike Gallagher.
Thank you for allowing me to be here on this special day. Thank the Haslam family, the Browns, and certainly the city of Berea, my friends in Berea. I represent Berea, they're in my district. And on my way here from back downtown, I drove by Brook Park and into Berea and found out that they are both in Cuyahoga County. I didn't know. But what we do, when I was a city councilman in Strongsville, I live in Strongsville, safety services. When I became a county councilman, and my friend Marty Sweeney's out here. Marty, where are you at? There's Marty right there. What you learn is you have safety services and those with HHS helping the least of us as best you can. The taxpayers of Cuyahoga County with our HHS levy supply more funds than any other county for HHS for those in need. The people of Cuyahoga County are the most unbelievable people, in my opinion, in the state of Ohio, and I am so happy to be part of that. All I want to do is I want to tell you how I became part of, I guess, the Browns family. It was December 24th, 1964. My dad was a construction worker. We didn't have a lot of money. My neighbor knocked on the door Christmas Eve and gave my dad an envelope. And in that envelope, his company gave him 2 tickets to the '64 championship game, which was the 27th of December. I had just turned 8 years old. Who was there? We got one that was there. I was 8 years old. My mom got me ready. I got my boots on. You wrap your feet in newspaper and then put a plastic bag over them, put them in your boots. You young people won't understand what I'm talking about, but that's the way we lived. We got in the car, got dropped off by my mom because we only had one car. Took the train downtown, walked from the terminal down to the municipal stadium, and saw the greatest game in the history of the Cleveland Browns. It was the most amazing thing, the smell of popcorn, the view of what was supposed to be grass, the smell of cigars, which I guess we can't do anymore. But it was a memory that is, over time has faded a bit, but somewhere deep in my heart, it's there. And I want to thank the Cleveland Browns back then for giving me a spot in my heart that's actually warm. If you ask anybody in the county about me, they might consider me to be cold. But for the future Browns and this facility and the other facility that's going in, thank you for the memories to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Gallagher, for that excellent geography lesson about Cuyahoga County. We appreciate that. And now we welcome to the stage the Chief Operating Officer of the Haslam Sports Group, David Jenkins.
Thank you, Nathan. Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. What a momentous day, and what a journey to get to this day. I think we purchased our first home maybe 8 years ago. It was kind of over back behind that ground shed. Our early vision was to do something that, one, would enhance the player experience. So what can we do for the guys? Two, we wanted to create new experiences for our fans. And then lastly, we wanted to impact the community. And when we look at the project today, standing here today, we think this project checks all three of those boxes. After 8 long years, lots of planning, we couldn't be more excited to be breaking ground here today. And of course, none of this happens without great partners and a great team of experts. Thank you to Mayor Kleem, Matt Madzi, and the Berea City Council for your continued leadership, partnership, and collaboration. We've been here for over 30 years, and now with many great years ahead, we look forward to continued collaboration. Thank you to my friend Ron Lenhart and CrossCountry Mortgage. I don't think either of us envisioned this back in our BW days down the street. Our marketing relationship started 5 years ago when this project was just a rough sketch, and we're looking forward to many more years together. Thank you to our architecture partners, AODK, for helping bring that rough sketch to life. What we saw in the video earlier today is a lot of their great work. And thank you to the DiGeronimo family, Bobby and Kevin here with us today, Vic and Rob. You are our true partners on this project. Thank you for being in this with us. Thank you for helping us bring it all together to create a neighborhood and experience befitting of not just Berea, but our organization as well. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank you for selling us 176 acres in Brook Park. Many thanks to those in our organization who have contributed, particularly Whitney, Heather, and Monica, who have driven the vision and kept this project on track. So when we break ground in just a little bit, it'll be the start of a 2-year construction project, roughly $150 to $200 million of investment to create what we just saw in the video. First, we're going to construct a 45,000 square foot building to be partly occupied by our great partners, University Hospitals, to provide health care to our players and the greater community, as well as a new production studio for our Browns content and production team and a sales center for the new stadium. That building, which is essentially where we stand today, will be complete 1 year from now. A new Marriott Tribute Hotel, the Barker, which we've worked on with our development partner, Crawford Hoying out of Columbus, and operator Shaner Group, roughly 140 rooms. The Barker, which will pay homage to the Dog Pound brand, was created by Arrival and designed by the architecture team of Meyer and Associates and ESG Interior Design. The campus expansion will also be a place to live, as we will construct 150 market rate apartments. And finally, at the center of the new development will be our community field, over 7,000 seats, a new place for the community to learn and to play. Big thanks to our partners at O Sports Architecture for working with us on the design. This will be a multi-sport, multi-purpose field that we will program in a way that attracts many visitors to Berea. And we are excited to announce this will be the new home field of the Berea Mid-Park football team. Thank you, Superintendent Tracy Wheeler, who's with us today, for your partnership and support of the project. So in closing, we're tremendously excited about what's ahead for the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus and the positive impact it will have on the north end of Berea. Over the next 2 years, we'll see real, visible progress. Growth that reflects thoughtful planning, collaboration, and a shared vision for what this community can become. This expansion represents a step forward, and we're proud to be part of that momentum. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to the journey ahead together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins, for your leadership and for your good words. And speaking of leadership, let's now hear from the two-time NFL Coach of the Year, the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski.
Thank you. First, I need to tell you, Dave Jenkins, I salute Dave for the work that he's doing as a leader of Haslam Sports Group. You know, I get often asked about quarterbacks. Have you noticed? And to see this guy quarterback Haslam Sports Group, to lead from out in front, to be at the forefront of this and with your team, I salute you. Great job, Dave. You know, this is, as a coach, what more can you ask for? You ask for support from ownership. And what Dee and Jimmy and Whitney and JW are doing here is providing an unbelievable resource to this football team, a world-class facility that we are very proud of, that we're excited about. I don't know if I can wait that 1 year. Can we speed up that process? But to be able to have university hospitals in our backyard for our players, that's transformative to player care. So the idea that we're expanding what we already are proud of, CrossCountry Mortgage Campus, but this is a special place. You know, I think I can already picture training camp practices. I can picture our fans here. We're going to be able to have a night practice here in Berea, which we've always wanted to do, and now we can do it on our community fields, which is special because that brings this game closer to our fans. If you can imagine, this has been a very busy time of year for us. We have a couple players here, Denzel Ward, Joel Batonio, working very hard on those fields over there. We're right smack in the middle of OTAs, just finished our fifth OTA. We have some more work to do next week with mandatory minicamp, but I'm really proud of this group. I'm proud of how they're working. This has not been easy. Nothing about football is easy, but these guys are keeping their head down. They're working really hard. So I promise you the work will continue over there as we get started on the work over here, but very pleased to be a part of it, and thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Well, one of the times you're going to have a play on a whiteboard, you want to bring it to life. Well, we saw that video of what this is going to look like. Well, who's going to bring it to life? He's going to tell you. Please welcome the principal of DiGeronimo Companies, Kevin DiGeronimo.
Thank you. My team knows how nervous I am right now, so just you'll have to bear with me. Especially nervous, and I have imposter syndrome when you think about who I'm up here on the stage with. And if you're confused who I am and why I'm here, I'm right there with you. So don't feel bad at all. But I did want to thank you for being here today. I seem like more and more when you talk to people about work and kids, and especially this time of year with graduations, everyone's really busy. So for you to take the time out of your day to be here and join us, yeah, this is a big deal, but you did that, and we really appreciate it. I represent the DiGeronimo portion of the Haslam Sports Group DiGeronimo Companies partnership here. Our family of companies have had the great privilege to be part of several large and impactful projects over the years. It's because of that experience that we have placed so much value in our partnerships that we form. Partnerships are tough, and great partnerships are rare. And so when we find one like we have with the Haslam Sports Group and the Haslam family, we usually try to double down and find more ways to work together. Our relationship actually goes back a few decades. The entire, from the really beginning of that relationship, the entire Haslam organization has embraced our team and really treated us like a true partner. More than anything, that's what we look for. You can always find good deals, but you can't find good partners. And at all levels, we're able to have very frank, open, and direct conversations, and that seems simple, but that is the most important thing when you're making these very nuanced and difficult decisions at times. And most importantly, our team generally enjoys working with the HSG teams. Every day we come here looking forward and excited to put the work in. The opportunity here is an obvious one. Cleveland Browns and the HSG team will provide the anchor and the heartbeat of this sports-anchored mixed-use development. They have brought the energy, credibility, and support needed to attract our key partners such as UH and others who are joining us on this vision. The idea behind mixed use is that no one use or user on its own can make it in its own right. The idea is you need to have the efficiencies of these things and people working together in the same area for this to work, and it's off to a great start. The other major component to successful development like this is the community support. And I know they've already been mentioned, but it's worth mentioning again. Mayor Kleem, your administration, and council, your support. Superintendent Wheeler, your team, and the City of Berea Schools. Your support of the project has been greatly appreciated along the way, and that support and leadership will help provide the community the opportunity to enjoy this property one day. Lastly, but certainly not least, and this is the part in the speech I usually skip, so I actually wrote it in. I get too nervous at this point to do what maybe is most important, thank the people I get to work with every day on our team. Thank you for all your effort and passion that you put into this project so far. I'm only up here trying to overcome my fear of public speaking so that I represent you in all that you do. You represent our family so well, and you make people like my dad and my uncles and cousins very proud. Thank you again. I'll try to do better next time. And in the meantime, I hope you all join us at the opening ceremony when we get this thing finished. Thank you.
Kevin, you did great. So if you're worried about the public speaking, we know what you're going to build is going to be absolutely spectacular. Now we're talking about the expansion of the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus, so who better to hear from than the Chief Brand Officer, Laura Suave.
And obviously a much shorter member of the team up here. Good afternoon, everyone. As Nate mentioned, I'm Laura Suave. I'm thrilled to be here today. I can't believe it's been almost 5 years. I feel like literally yesterday we were looking at this on paper. It is truly an honor to be here, and it's an exciting and very meaningful milestone, not only for the Cleveland Browns, but for our company. We're really proud to break ground on the next phase of the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus. This project represents much more than just a physical expansion for us. It's the continuation of our partnership and a long-term investment in the future of Northeast Ohio. You guys know I'm not from Cleveland, for those of you who know me, but during my time at CCM, I have come to quickly appreciate what it means to be a Cleveland Browns fan. The pride, the energy, and the perseverance that this team brings to the region is unmatched. And it's that same spirit that shaped the foundation of CrossCountry Mortgage. Founded 22 years ago in Cleveland, our CEO, Ron Lenhart, started CCM with a vision to build something meaningful in his hometown. Today, we're very proud to be recognized as the #1 retail mortgage lender in the entire nation. Thank you, yes. But what matters most is the core values that we started with: integrity, grit, and service to others. Those remain at the center of who we are. Partnering with the Cleveland Browns as their official mortgage partner was just a natural fit and a dream come true for our CEO. We're two organizations committed to excellence and making a difference in the lives of those we serve and in the communities that we call home. Together, we've launched initiatives that support veterans, uplift youth, and invest in underserved neighborhoods. This partnership isn't just about business. It's about building a legacy to create a lasting impact. The campus expansion in Berea is a continuation of that commitment, and one that will contribute to the vitality of the region through job creation, innovation, and economic growth. We're excited to work alongside the Browns as champions of Northeast Ohio, and we know CrossCountry Mortgage Campus will continue to position this region as a vibrant destination for generations to come. Thank you all.
Thank you, Laura. And now I will turn it over to our final speaker today, managing partner of Haslam Sports Group, Whitney Haslam Johnson, to close us out. Whitney.
Thank you, Nathan. Good afternoon. And Kevin, I share the same thing. Microphones are not my favorite. But we're going to wrap this up and move on to the groundbreaking. But just want to reiterate, on behalf of Haslam Sports Group and our family, we really appreciate everyone being here today and supporting this very special project. As a family, we are grateful to call Northeast Ohio home. JW and I moved here over 7 years ago with our 3 boys, and it has been a wonderful place to raise them. We have always said the Cleveland Browns are a community asset, and we don't take lightly the importance of stewarding this asset, giving back to this community, and creating impact far beyond the football field. As you've heard today, Berea has been home to the Browns for many, many years, and they have been an amazing partner. The neighborhood will be enhanced with a community field for the use of high school sports and many other community events. We can't wait to see this campus buzzing with activity and people with the addition of the Barker Hotel, retail, restaurants, living, and other commercial spaces. It's truly exciting that the campus will now be a place to live, work, and play. It's hard to believe we started planning on this project over 8 years ago, and here we are today, marking the beginning of a new chapter. It would not be possible without all of our partners working on the project. A special thanks to the City of Berea, CrossCountry Mortgage, DiGeronimo Companies, and University Hospitals. And also want to thank our entire Haslam Sports Group team. So many people have worked so hard to bring this vision to life. We look forward to continuing to invest in Northeast Ohio and seeing the impact of this neighborhood. Thank you all again for coming out today.
Thank you, Whitney. And folks, now it is time to put these beautiful golden shovels to work. It's time for the ceremonial first dig to officially mark the start of this project. So I'd like to ask everybody on stage to head on down, and the luminaries in the front row, some of our players as well, to come on up, grab your shovels, and get this dig started. All right, everybody, take your positions behind your shovels and just wait for my cue. We're going to count you down here, and then we will have the ceremonial first dig to officially mark the start of the CrossCountry Mortgage Campus expansion. All right, here we go. 3, we'll give you a little time. 3, 2, 1, and dig. There we go, yes.